Hello everybody and welcome to the top 15 best Halo 5 tournaments of Halo Sasuke. What went into these rankings were how I thought the production of the tournament went, how interesting I thought the results were, along with course design and obstacles. I'm not going to keep you waiting any longer. Let's go. Halo Sasuke 12 is what I like to call the disaster of all disasters. Tournament 12 was given a level of hype unlike that of any Halo Sasuke to be made at that point. Written out to be the first ever 100 competitor tournament. However, one mistake ruined all of that, as I accidentally deleted all 100 competitors' runs. This left us with a restarted 25 competitor tournament filled with high levels of cringy editing decisions and a very unenthusiastic commentary. These results were okay, giving us cool Stage 1 clears like Killer to Man, Super Ninja Jake, Tricky Cyrus, and Drew TV. It also had shocking fails from Hunter, Fireball, Petrillo, failing for his first time. The tournament ended in the most basic way possible, with the grand champion Weapon Matt getting first place by failing an obstacle so simple as the cliffhanger. All around, a disaster of a tournament, and by far the toughest thing I've had to rebound from. Tournament 2 started off as a semi-acceptable tournament with poor rookie commentary and super cringy basic editing. The biggest letdown of the tournament was that it took until the year anniversary of the start of Halo Sasuke to release the second episode and last episode of the tournament. Episode 1 didn't have any big devastating faults. Episode 2 had lots of faults, including editing mistakes, poor recreation of runs, and a very confused Irish commentary. The results were boring outside of a shocking clear from Killer to Man and a shocking fail from Smokey, who got to stage 4 in the tournament before. So I'd say it was all around a pretty boring. Halo Sasuke 4 was a return after a break while I was out moving houses, and wow, the anticipation was just not worth it. Whisper commentary from Chumpy, followed by a quiet Matt run. There was no stage 3 audio at all for the Matt run, the first place run. Where was it? I don't know. It was somewhere. The only thing really cool about the tournament was Matt's newcomer run, where he got first place, but it isn't as cool now considering that Matt's a grand champion, but it was a lot cooler then. This tournament was the hardest tournament to watch for sure. The amount of editing errors, they just outweigh the actual results of the tournament. Halo Sasuke 5 is honestly, in my opinion, the most bland Halo Sasuke tournament. Very unenthusiastic commentary, followed by very bland results. The most notable parts of Tournament 5 include clears from Sonic Fan and Cheese, but other than that, many Jimmy Neutron fails, and a tournament ending on a cliffhanger, with Hunter getting first. The best part of the tournament is the tough scene at the end of the tournament, and that is why it's rewatchable, and not the tournament itself. Coming in at number 11 is Tournament 11. Halo Sasuke 11 is, in my eyes, another pretty bland tournament. It had a lot to live up to, but as tournaments 10 and 9 were very positive tournaments. But the tournament itself was pretty basic. The Stage 1 results in Tournament 11 seemed to be all about the double hole in the wall. A very tricky obstacle that was unnecessarily placed as the second obstacle of the stage. To counter that mishap in course design, we got to see many interesting clears like Flamosaurus, Cobra, Booker, Strafe, and we also got to see many shock fails like DHC Fireball and Rog, and most importantly, the grand champion Weapon Matt producing this gem of commentary.
As he gets a jump, and he misses the ball! Matt!
Overall, this tournament ended with 2 Stage 3 runs, Joey and Strafe, with Strafe getting his first and only first place. Coming in at number 10 is Tournament 1. Tournament 1 is the very first tournament, and it is something that I hold near and dear to my heart. It was my first attempt at a recorded Halo jump tournament after many offshoots. And the results of the tournament were just odd. 3 people cleared Stage 1 of this tournament, including Double Ump, Role-Playing Garchomp, Rog, and Smokey Massacre. Ump and Rog would fail Stage 2, while Smokey would beat Stage 2 and Stage 3, and then just bite the dust on Stage 4. Went out so quick. The editing and commentary were pretty much what you would expect from a Tournament 1, very mid at best. It is the start of my time as an actual proper host now, and it led to 14 more tournaments being made, so we owe it that. Coming in at number 9 is Tournament 3. Tournament 3 was going to be such a good tournament. The results were good, we had a really good list of competitors, I didn't need to get any runs from random people, and it was all looking really, really good. Then my computer, which has caused many problems, struck back. Lost the only footage I had of the tournament, and as you do, I had to drop Tournament 3 and move on. Flashback to a few months later, I find the footage. It was a crazy moment. I was on my computer, I was scrolling, and then I just ended up finding it, and then I just compiled it quick and sent it to my good friend Irish, who became the first person in Halo jumping history to commentate his own failure. You heard that right. I had Irish commentate it as an attempt at some lost episode type bullcrap. While I love Irish's confused and frazzled commentary, I feel like I should have been the one commentating. Overall, a mid-tournament, with all things taken into consideration. Tournament 6. Tournament 6 is one of only a few tournaments on this list without something that actually made it good or bad. It honestly just works. It was the only tournament where we saw the original 5 All-Stars clear Stage 1, which I think is a pretty cool stat. We also saw a Stage 2 that only took out Hunter unit, which is pretty funny because Hunter failed. And wait, a Swantron Stage 3, that's the only time that has ever happened. We saw 3 competitors fail the Mongoose escape, and all 3 would attempt the final within the next 2 tournaments, which I think is pretty cool. Overall, I don't think there's a single complaint about Tournament 6. It was just Tournament 6. Number 7 is Tournament 9. Tournament 9 had a lot of energy leading up to it, as it was the first ever renewal tournament. And my god, was it like 2 buses colliding into each other. The hype for Halo Sasuke was higher than it has ever been to this point. The competitors were pumped, excited at the start line. Then, oh my god, half of the competitors failed the first obstacle. That isn't a joke. Not even joking. This could be the, only Halo Sasuke thing. This was the first way the renewal demonstrated its power. Tournament 9 would take everyone out on Stage 5, on Stage 1, except 5 notable warriors. And then, oh my god, they all died on the metal spin. Smokey would put the best attempt on the stage, timing out the water walls, but the rest of them all died on the metal spin. This was the tournament that reassured the competitors that to win this course, to get to Stage 3, you would need to work hard. Tournament 10. Tournament 10 was an anniversary tournament, which meant a lot to me, because wow, we ran 10 tournaments. I would have never done this on any of my reshoot tournaments, Atlantic Sasuke back in the good old days. But also, it was a tournament that resulted in a solid bounce back from the Stage 2 disaster that happened in T9. But it wasn't as the competitors would normally see succeeding. Only 2 All-Stars would beat Stage 1, as Hunter, Fireball, and Smokey all went out early. Stage 2 had 4 finishers and veterans that cleared. This included Booker Taco, Joey Davis, who at this point was not an All-Star yet, Rog, and then Strafe. Joining them as well were Petrillo and Weapon Matt. Stage 2 had 3 clears, those including Rog, Joey, and Petrillo. On Stage 3, Petrillo would get first place, making it to the cycling road, and Joey would fail the dismount of Amir's Edge. And Rog would fall early on the very, very phallic Arby's journey. And it was overall a very solid tournament in my eyes. Coming in at number 5, top 5 is Tournament 13. Tournament 13 was the start of the incredible rebound from the disaster that was Tournament 12. It was a 25 competitor tournament, which in my eyes is the only real fault that's present in the tournament. Stage 1 was completely redesigned and looked really, really clean. It was the start of a new era of Halo Sasuke for sure. The attention to detail was at its highest in this tournament, with the use of the Geometry Dash soundtracks for fails and clears, along with the Sasuke clear theme. Overall, my favorite editing work as far as specific runs go. As far as the actual tournament goes, new All-Star Joey Davis gave us our first final stage run since Tournament 8 when Weapon Matt ran, revealing that Stage 4 meant business as he died on the first obstacle of 2. We also had shock fails like Weapon Matt and Booker and Fireball, producing this just absolutely spectacular gem.
Which she makes it through successfully and hit the button, Fireball! Hit the button! No! He hit the button!
Overall, a very solid tournament. Add 25 competitors and it could be a top 3. Coming in at number 4, we have Tournament 8. Wait, Chumpy! The first total victory isn't in your top 5? How? Guys, please, allow me to explain. The editing and commentary in this tournament were very, very poor. I messed up the numbering at one point, so there was technically 51 in this tournament. 51 runners? That's an odd number. That sucks, right? Yeah, no, it does. And can we talk about the whisper screaming that is going on when Weapon Matt won? Man, it was like Halo Reach Hunter Unit. Like, it was prime time Hunter Unit commentary. And the results of this tournament were really solid, however, with 11 clears, 8 stage 3s, and a constant on top of that. The results of this tournament make it top 3, maybe even 1, but by God, do the editing and commentary just bring it down for me. Coming in our top 3 is Tournament 14. Man, Chumpy really put his most recent tournaments in the top 3. Talk about recency bias, am I right? Yeah, probably, but I will back up this tournament. Tournament 14 is kind of like Tournament 7 in the way that it had lots of Stage 3 success, which led to a total victory in the next tournament, but everyone screwed up on Stage 4. The editing and commentary was really strong in this tournament, as I used profiles for the first time in Halo Sasuke history. Everything else was really strong too. There were 2 Stage 4s in this tournament, Joey and Pedro, and I won't lie, this tournament is number 4 on this list if it isn't for Petrillo's run in this tournament. Now guys, I've been jumping for 7 years. I have watched so many runs. Like, there is not a single run I've seen where somebody had to cross such a heavy mental block of failing the last obstacle after taking almost 15 minutes on the first attempt, then walking up to the start line for a second attempt, mentally out of it, and focusing up and beating the stage on his second try. It was actually my favorite run I've ever recorded for that reason. However, both competitors were cut awkwardly short on Stage 4, which didn't quite put it ahead of the next tournament. Tournament 7. Halo Sasuke Tournament 7 was, in my opinion, the peak of the first season of Halo Sasuke. It was my first time doing a 50 competitor tournament, and it was worth it. We saw many interesting competitors clear for their first time, including Drew, Soul Reaper, and Irish. We saw a bloodbath on Stage 2, resulting in only 3 clears, them being Pedro, Smokey, and Weapon Matt. Pedro and Smokey would beat Stage 3, while Matt would fail. Smokey would be the first competitor to make Stage 4 twice, Pedro would run first, failing on the rope climb, and Smokey would time out a few jumps short. It proved the stage to be beatable, but challenging. This would also foreshadow the success of Tournament 8, all around a super solid tournament, and the only improvement is if there would have been a winner. At number 1, and my personal favorite Halo Sasuke tournament, is Tournament 15. This is, in my eyes, the Halo Sasuke tournament that was most precisely how I planned it to go from the get-go. With Halo Infinite right around the corner, and my move-in for college being really, really soon, I knew this would be my last Halo 5 tournament. we had a Stage 1 clear record, 14 clears, we had a Stage 2 that took out a decent portion of the competitors, and an Irish Stage 3? Probably the biggest shock success of the tournament. We had a very sad moment with Pedro failing just a couple save jumps short of Stage 4. Tricky Cyrus, somewhat new veteran, made it to Stage 4 and timed up just a few jumps short, showing how impressive a competitor he can be. And Weapon Matt walked in and did what he knew how to do best. He beat Stage 4 in spite of the newer competitors in the community and won for his second time. Matt really has the jumping spirit of bullying children. Overall, a perfect wrap-up to Halo 5 and my personal favorite Halo 5 tournament. This concludes my top 15 favorite Halo Sasuke tournament. What's your list? What is your favorite tournament? Feel free to comment that below. Also, I am in severe need of video ideas because there won't be a tournament for quite some time. So please feel free to put that in the description as well. Not in the description, the comments. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care. Have a good day.